Porque a
Não, existe
arquitetura é
versão
menor,
de
né?
Linux para RM, né? Mas eu digo para quem quiser usar o sistema operacional, né, da Mac, né, o macOS, tem um problema gigantesco, né, de suporte, de atualização de software, ou até mesmo não vai poder usar, né? Porque nem todo mundo vai
Eles,
querer investir em plataforma RM, né? Em software, falando, né, desenvolvimento de software.
tem que ver.
So guys, I think now we can start. Okay, so we had 4 minutes here for people to join. So thanks everybody for being here. I would like to before advance with the meeting, to talk a little bit about where we are now, about the context of this meeting. So this is the first meeting of the AI competition that we launched last week, Wednesday last week. And this is the first one for the first race. Last week we presented 3 races that we are hosting this year. I'm going to show quickly again the races and the schedule, okay, to bring the context. And all the races in the competition, we are gonna evolve and work together in a very close way, okay. People often ask me, like, do we have a form, to submit, to subscribe, or to register for the competition? Actually, no. We are to register for the competition. We just have a few needs, like the names and the emails and the motivation of the team. So all we have to do is to write an email to hi@skoods.org and just say that you are willing to join, and we will respond with the information that we need to register, okay. And the evolution of the meeting, even the definitions of some key rules will be defined in these weekly meetings, okay. So the teams will participate in the decisions. So let me quickly show. I cannot share my desktop. I don't know why. Guilherme, would you please share the presentation from the launch? My team's updated here this week, and I'm having problems with that. Guy or Felipe?
You need to make myself a presenter. Just Guy and you are presenters right now.
Okay, let me try here. Okay. We are going straight to the slide that we talk. First, I would like to ask the people that joined the meeting. Guys, please. Did you already watch the video of our simulation? The guys that joined here, like, Lucas, Leonardo, Carolina also, please. Did you watch the video of the simulation, or is it the first time that you guys are in this meeting? Did you participate in the last meetings?
No, I didn't participate on the last meeting, but I watched the videos. Yeah, I did.
Okay, the simulation. Yeah, because I'm thinking about, let's go straight to the schedule, Gui or Felipe. Felipe, right?
Yeah, Philip's in control.
Yeah. Thanks, Felipe.
My pleasure.
So we are here in the first Q&A meeting, 23rd September. Actually, we didn't have the 16th. 16th was the launch, and we have the race by October, right? And this is the first race, which is the Skoods Cup. Just a quick intro, right? Then we have the mining challenge and the moon challenge, the moon race, which are races in a different environment, but in the same platform. Okay. So for the first meeting, what we need, right? In our website, Felipe, if you can guide us to the website also, just a quick overview of the path to take all the information to participate. Okay.
Okay, going there.
Yeah. To skoods.org. I can only see the PDF. Okay. Yeah, so please roll down, Felipe, and to participate in our website, we have, after clicking on Get Started Now,
Guy, are you there? It's anybody?
Yeah, I am. I'm here.
Just everybody's hearing. Just we lost Fernando, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm not seeing him. I sent him a message.
Okay, apologize for the inconvenience. But basically what Fernando was trying to show is that the simple document has all the path, the minimum hardware requirements, how you download the run and virtual track. And this is available as you just saw on the website for anyone that wants to take a deep look and send in an email to us by hi@skoods.org will be enough for the inscription. If you want to add any technical detail, Guy, on the hardware or on the environment instances, how it's going to work.
Yeah, some people ask us to build a version where it's possible to run the simulation in GPUs with lower capacity than the GTX 1050, and it's something that we definitely have to do. And I believe in the next week we will provide a lighter version of the simulation. But since we can have some issues in terms of hardware, we have to test all the codes in the same hardware. So because having a lighter version and using a powerful hardware, maybe you can have some advantage in comparison to other teams. So to make and to perform something more, how can I say, fine for everybody, all the code will be tested in the same hardware, in the same platform. That will be Windows. And, well, with the same GPU and the same environment. That's, I could say now. So yes, definitely we are building another version for lower GPUs.
Okay, Guy, thanks. Is there any question from you guys that you want to take the advantage of this timing for clarify? If you want to open the microphone or just drop a message on the chat, please go ahead.
Felipe, did you guys go through this document?
We were more focusing on the requirements. Guy just mentioned that we are working on maybe a lighter version that can run a different GPU. And I just finished asking if anybody has had questions to include on the chat, and there is an answer saying fine for now. From Danielle, from Isaac. Philippe is writing something on the chat.
From the simulation, please, and walk us through as it was our first time. You know, we have the files inside the download, the zip file that we download, and then what is the path to make our car run for the first time? Okay. Okay, Gui.
Yeah.
Okay. My connection was kind of failing here. Pessoal, quem quiser também fazer pergunta em português, pode ficar à vontade, tá? Nessa reunião tem muito mais gente aí em português. A gente tem outra reunião para pessoal de outros locais. As pessoas que estão aqui
Or competing.
Se deu certo, se teve algum problema, algum feedback, ou se não baixou ainda.
Fernando, Felipe, did you hear the question from Felipe about how many teams competing, or how many already inscribed?
Okay, I was speaking and I think my connection is not very good. But we have a number around five, okay, teams competing. And so this is the meeting to put all the teams together, right? But it's not easy because time zones and so on. So we are going to adjust everything. We also have some universities from Brazil, teachers that cannot attend because they have classes now. But we're going to fine tune this. One thing that I would like to ask you guys, if you are willing to join or if you are joining, I know that Felipe already joined. We have other people here as well, Lucas and other people that joined. I'd like to ask you for an introduction. Okay, it can be in Portuguese or in English as you feel more comfortable, no problem. To talk a little bit about your or not, a little bit about the teams, right? This is the meeting to put the teams together and to listen to you guys. Ok, pessoal?
Okay, so I can go first. So I am Lucas de Paula Veronese. I'm from Brazil. So I've been working with autonomous car for around 10 years. So we did develop an autonomous car when I was doing a PhD in Brazil. So I work with simulators on the company which I was working before to make lane keeping and ACC systems. And also I was part of leading the development of an autonomous car that drove from Detroit to Chicago and came back. So that was the background on autonomous cars. So the solution was based on lane detection based on CNNs and this kind of things. Also using lidars to detect the lanes as well. So so most highway copilot that time. So the car that we developed in Brazil was more not just ADAS car, so it was also an autonomous vehicle which could drive on cities and highways and these things. So we did a trip of 70 kilometers in 2016. So yeah, at that time. So I joined the competition. So, but at the time I don't have a team. So if I would go, if some team, it's I have a more background on localization and mapping. So if someone wants to have me in the team, so it would be nice. But if I don't have a team at the moment, so I will try to find some colleagues that want to join with me.
Well, Lucas, this is Rand from Skoods, and I would love to join you. So yeah, if you want to work with me, the only problem is I'm in Melbourne, in
For sure.
Australia. So
Yeah, I'm in
you
Germany.
have a team
So
member
don't
now.
worry. I'm in Germany. Okay.
Oh, good.
Should
It's
be
not that
fine.
bad then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I only have one sentence for you. Ich habe die Kuh angebunden, aber sie ist nicht mehr da.
So sorry, I don't speak German. Sorry. I have been in Germany for 3 years and I don't speak any German.
Oh no, that's all right. It's just that it sounds funny in Portuguese. It's just I tied up the cow, but it's no longer there. But it just sounds funny when you say it in Portuguese for people who speak Portuguese. That's all. So Lucas, yeah, we're two now. We need to be at least three. But if you want to work with me, I'm very happy to work with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it'll be very nice.
Great.
I
And
also lived in Australia for some time, so I work with some people in Australia. Yeah.
oh, cool.
Okay.
Cool, guys. Maybe you could send the emails on the chat to connect. Would be good. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Lucas, for the introduction. Did you already download the simulation or try to run in any way? Or not yet?
Not yet. So I work with different simulator, but this looks like pretty much the same which I work. So yeah, I'll try to download tomorrow and then see this how it works and these things. Yeah, I didn't try yet.
Okay. Did you work with AirSim before?
No, I work with Virus. What was the name? Yeah, it's Virus. So it's another simulator for that the automotive automotive companies use a bit. So yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Fernando, I was thinking if we have time during this meeting, I'm more than happy to create a brand new installation. I'll do a cloud installation, and I'll demonstrate an installation of the entire platform. If that's something that we could use within this time, I think it'll take about what 15, 20 minutes to do it, or
Yeah, the installation of what? Of a cloud?
over. I'll create a cloud instance, and in that cloud instance, I'll install everything that
Okay.
needs to be installed. So I'll demonstrate how it can be done. Or I can do that on my PC.
Sorry, did you get, friend? Did you get what I said?
No, I had
No,
I had a network problem here.
no, it was with me, thing. Let's use the end of the meeting. Let's reserve the 15 last minutes for this. It's a good idea. Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll get myself ready.
Perfect. I would like to ask the other participants, guys, if we have more people without a team. I remember that is one more person that asked me about a team, but I don't know if it's here. Please, you can speak or send in the chat, please.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yes,
have a
right
team.
and clear.
Yes. But yeah, let me introduce myself first. My name is Lucas Miraki. I'm from Brazil, and I have just graduated from mechanical engineering. And right now, I'm just doing the self-driving car specialization of University of Toronto from the Coursera platform. And yeah, I'm just starting this autonomous vehicle area, and I'm trying to join this race to gain experience and learn a little bit. And yeah, and because I'm not from a a programming background, I don't have a team yet. I don't know many people who can program in Python and do all these things. And yeah, I would like to form a team to participate. So if anyone else doesn't have one, we can stick together.
Okay, Lucas, can you send also your email?
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm creating here I should have done this before, but I'm creating a WhatsApp group for the race because we can keep interacting after the meeting also. Okay, guys, we can keep communicating. So Lucas just sent his email here. Lucas Mirachi, you're from PUC, right, Lucas?
Yes.
My university.
Yeah. You study there?
Yes, control and automation.
Oh, nice.
What about you? Sorry, I didn't.
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna share the invite for the Skoods Race WhatsApp group. I just need to know where I do this. Is this group info? How do I get the link, guys? You know? Invite to group via link. Okay. Copy link. So I'm sending here in the Microsoft Teams chat the link to our WhatsApp of the race. Okay. Guys, Isaac made a question here, and Guilherme answered. Please, Guilherme, would you please answer the question? It's do we have any specifications for memory, from RAM memory and the CPU?
Yeah, usually the simulations at this moment use about 800 mega. So any GPU with more than 1 giga should be okay. And another thing, it's about how many cores your GPU has. So in this case, the minimum requirement that we're talking in this the most updated simulator, it's the GTX 1050 Ti. But as we talked before, we are planning to make another build for lower GPUs. So in this case, we can, yeah, I expect to decrease the number of cores and memory to run the simulations.
Okay, Gui, let me ask you to go through the simulation, to open the
Okay.
simulation and share with us, okay, while we are speaking to the teams here. So, guys, pessoal aí da audiência, alguém que já tem um time, né? Eu recebi alguns e-mails aí durante essa semana. Alguém que gostaria de falar, por favor, pode falar um pouquinho.
Fernando, Felipe just posted another question. He's checking with us if the races track is only that one and goes just one direction. Let's confirm it. Fernando? Yeah, are you there hearing me? I just lost Fernando
I am.
again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fernando, we lost him again. Yeah, I was
It's a pity.
concentrated here.
No, that's
driving
okay.
the car.
Just I was about to confirm Felipe's answer, just double checking with you. Felipe is requiring to confirm that the track is that one, so one lead,
Yes,
one track, and goes
yeah, one
only in
direction.
that direction. One direction.
Yeah, it's all
So-
in the same direction.
Yes, Felipe. You,
And don't need to get in the boxes at the moment. At the moment, you don't need to go in the boxes.
okay. Thanks, Gui. Okay, Felipe. My pleasure.
So here you can see the 3 cameras. I believe almost everybody have already seen this simulation, but in the first one, you have the depth camera. In the middle, is semantic segmentation. And the right, you have the regular camera where you can see the green dots. That's the LiDAR beam. And all the sensors that we have, you can easily take the information inside the code. If you use Python, for example, and you want the matrix of the LiDAR that's coming from the simulation, you just use the method get LiDAR data, and you're gonna have a matrix with all the data there. And very similar for cameras and for GPU, for GPS, for IMU. So it's very easy to take the data from the simulation. The thing that's not easy is to control the car. The car is actually, even driving the car with the joystick, not easy because the dynamics of this car it's very sleepy. So it's kind of the car is using all the tires, something like that. Well, challenge for sure this case will be to control the car, because we have already given all the things the localization. So in this beginning, that we are just in the beginning of the competition, localization, this first race will not be an issue, because we're gonna furnish the ground truth data. But other challenge will come. I don't know if Fernando came back.
No, I don't think so. Just support me in another question here from Rafael Gui.
Yeah.
He's asking if we are proposing, or if he can find any tutorial to start running the simulation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Actually, in the in the page, in Skoods page, in Get Started, there you have how to proceed for the installation, as well how to run the Hello World. That's in our case is not Hello World, it's the PID car, where you can drive the car with a joystick or even in the keyboard, and you can record some waypoints, and then you can play in autonomous mode the waypoints you recorded. And then from this snippet of code, you can start your own code to race. But yes, it's already there. But in the case you have any doubt and the documentation is not enough for you, just let us know, reach me, and yeah, we are here to help. But you're gonna see that it's very easy to take the data from the simulator, as well how to control the car and to send the command to the simulator and to the car in the case. And it's very easy. For sure, it's easy for who is already used to programming Python. Will not be an issue. The code part, as I told before, the biggest challenge will be to control the car in this situation.
Thanks, Guy.
So all the sensor has the it's like have the position on the car, and also the calibration of the sensors like camera.
Yeah.
These things. Okay.
Yeah. In this case, we are not inserting noise in any sensor. They are perfect in the perfect word. So there is no noise in the cameras, in LiDAR, in the GPS. Maybe in the future, it's something that we can discuss with all the teams. We are open, and we can change the competition for sure if the teams agree. But we can develop in this kind of challenges if you desire. We can, for example, insert noise in LiDAR, in the GPS, in the IMU, in the cameras. So, but in this very beginning, we are much more trying to engage the teams, and then we are rising the challenge. But in this very beginning, we'll be very basic and we'll be very linear talking about the sensors.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
Guy, let me ask you a question about the car speed limit. Can you talk a little bit about?
Actually, now the car it's in a very low velocity. It's not so low velocity, but it's not very speedy. But it's because even in the case we have now, it's already difficult to control. So if you, for example, if we put the throttle all the way down, you're gonna lose control of the car. The same will be with the steering wheel and with the brakes. So if you're not are very, if your control is too strong, you're gonna lose control. So in the case that I believe I will test here, but I believe the car will be no more than the second and the third gear. It's kind of 30, 35, 40 miles an hour. I don't know. Let's see let's see.
But in the simulation, is there speed limit?
No.
Or you
It's
are
not.
talking about
The
what
car is
in
limit. No, just the car, But it can change. That's another thing. If the teams know the car is too slow, we want to increase the velocity. Okay, we can, no problem. But the only thing that if I can make the car more powerful, will be harder to control.
Of course, I got it. But I think that should be a speed limit for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay,
something that
it's
you
something
guys
that you
could
can.
think about.
Yeah, for sure. Any suggestion that you think that we must have, yeah, we will consider. We'll talk with everybody. We are just in the beginning, so I think the beginning it's where we have time to change. So if we have to change important things like that, it's better now than later.
I got it. Thanks.
Okay, Gui, if you can show the code, please, because one thing very important about the competition is
They just Fernando, they just asked me another thing that I have to show now.
Okay, sorry.
As soon as I show them, we can jump to the code.
Sure,
Just
sure.
a minute.
So let me make some comments then. We don't to start racing. All you have to do is download the code and run it, right? Which is a Python code with this. And to start, changing the car, all you have to do is to, for example, tune or fine-tune the PID parameters of the controller. So just by changing the PID parameters, you are already trying to improve your car, right? So you are already racing. So this is the minimum requirement. It's very easy to start racing. But about the maximum requirement, then it's another thing. So sky's the limit, right? We can use any techniques to get our car faster. So this is the one cool thing about the competition. You can be, starting with this technology, or you can be experienced with the technology. You can start competing right away.
I roll there. It's 180 kilometers per hour, the limit now. So we can jump to the code.
So this is the code. We are not gonna read the whole code here, guys. Okay, it's a few files distributed in a few folders. Works like a Python module that we import these small modules. Like up there, from Skoods import race, from garage import PID. So we're importing some functions. It's pretty small code, so you can read it, in one sit. You can check it all. And sure, you can always reach to my email, to our emails, to ask questions, okay, related to the code and so on. Okay.
You want to run the code?
Yes, let's run once and show the options that will arise. It's right and not Python. Yeah. So just by running the main.py file, So this is the first thing that appears. Type 1, to drive the car by your own and record data. Yeah. So in the terminal here, we can see type 1, to drive the car by your own and record data. So what does that mean? It's manual driving, okay? And why do we want to manual drive our car? To record data. And we record the position of the car and also the speed of the car. And sure, you can record anything, right? Anything that you need more than these, you can record. You can save the images from the camera and so on, LiDAR data and so on. But yeah, here's a function to copy that, the waypoints. And then we have press 2 to qualify. So it will run the car with your code. It's not manual anymore. It's the autonomous vehicles, your code. Or press 3 to race. Okay. We have some comments there like accept multiple cars and so on. These are some improvements that we were doing. But we're going to race with one car for this first race, okay? It's going to be the fastest car to win the first race. Then choose any of the 2 or 3, Guy, please. When you define that you want to go with your code.
I don't know if I have. No, I believe I have some waypoints recorded. Let's race or qualify.
To qualify, for example, I just want to show the next options we have.
Just before qualify, I have.
Okay. It's going to have another option, which is, yeah, you can click that. Yeah. So type 1 to pause the simulation to process data, or 2 to run the racing in real time. What does that mean? If your algorithm is taking too long to read, it's taking too long to think, to process. If you type 1, every step in time, it's going to pause the simulation, think, and return the simulation. It's like having infinite resourcing, infinite computer resourcing, okay? But the good thing here is just to use if your algorithm is taking too long to process, and you don't have the time to control your car. So these are the options that we have. So please press 2, Guy. Let's run it in real time and see the code there. So what the code is going to do now in the simulation is going to clone, or it's going to follow past waypoints, past recording that we did while manual driving. So this is the very, very simple starting point for our car. And the controller is 2 PID controllers, one for steering and one for the throttle. Okay. Guys from the team, please, if you have any questions, guys.
Damasio.
Yeah.
This start point is already provided for us. This PID that you are talking about.
Yes, it's in the code. Guy, if you can go to the code, please. I'm gonna, yeah.
So it's just installing and start running.
Yeah.
As you are saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So the teams have to put some effort to improve the PID or try another approach. I got it.
Yeah, for sure. You're completely open to use the approach that you want to use to control the car. Maybe
Okay.
you want to use, I don't know, fuzzy logic, MPC, even the PID. You are free to use any kind of control that you want to use.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
And it's a good question. Let me talk a little bit about the challenges now. Okay, what are the challenges now? I think it's about control, because just by manual driving you can record the waypoints with the profile of the speed profile, the waypoints, the positions, and so on. We don't have to worry about localization right now. Okay, localization is given, so right now we don't need to worry about this, just for the next year. So, and why am I saying that it's a control challenging? Because the control is the bottleneck. Because we can race pretty fast with our hands when we are controlling. Okay, you just have to practice. Maybe 15 minutes. You're going to be fast. The problem will be making the car actually going through all the waypoints without losing stability. So once you get to this point that you can actually make the car go through your waypoints that you recorded before. So once you make the car being equal, we as players, then we can start inventing, other planning strategies. So right now, control is the bottleneck. Is this clear, Rafa?
Yes. Thank you, Asmo. So, just one question. So, you guys already provided longitudinal and lateral controls, okay?
Yes. Go to the code, Guilherme, please, to the code. Click on, let's go through the files there. Go to the car inside the main. Let me just show one thing. We are here, go down here. PID car 1. Can you see this line? PID car 1.
Sorry.
Go up, please.
Yeah, because I'm using my touchpad, but this computer, the touchpad is garbage.
Okay, so see here, Rafa. I know you know Python, so PID car 1 is equal to PID car dot car. So I'm importing the car object here, right? Car client, race client. So we have some methods or some objects that we call here that are necessary. Just by reading the code, you can see what's going on. But so race sample time. So sample time is the delta time when you wanna stop the simulation every delta time. It is. Then you have the set car name. So we have the name of the car. Race mode input, so here is if it's qualified or if it's the race, and the file name to record or to load data from. Okay, these are the waypoints actually. So if you go down, please. Okay. So we have only one if, right? If race mode is qualified or if it's race, it's gonna run a different set of algorithms here. But most important is let's go to now to, where is our car? The file of in the garage folder, we have our car. In the left window, we have the folders of the file of. No, in the left, go to the left. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you went straight. Yeah, perfect. So inside garage, PID car, we have the initializer of the Python codes for the car. Inside we have a class called car. And inside this car, we have some variables that we are defining here in the starting, in the initiation, in the call of this object, of the class, sorry. So if you can roll down, please. Roll down. I want to show a method. Roll down, down. A method related to controls, okay? So let's see here, record waypoints, update, trajectory, update control. So here we have the methods to update control. So I want to see my next steering and I want to see my next throttle based on an error, right? I'm calling a PID for throttle and PID for steering. So this is based on an error, right? This is how the PID works. So here I update the controls and right down I'm setting the control. So every time I update, set it. Update, set it. Okay. And if you go through all these functions just like GIS did, you click on these functions and you go to see these functions, what we are doing, we can see what's going on. Like, run the throttle PID, for example. He calls throttle controllers dot set target value. So if you go, we go there now, Gui. If we go to the throttle controller and go to inside set target value, no, up there, just like you did, yeah, it's inside the control folder. Yeah, and it's in it, yeah. So if you go down, update nearest index, you can go down. Let's search for that method which is set the controller. Get control from PID, so set get control from PID. So anyways, I don't remember the name of the method. So anyway, roll up. This is a PID controller. You know, this can be used for different purposes. We do have some functions to make it more adherent to our problem, right? But here you can follow everything that is happening here. And just by tuning the PID parameter and just by racing it with your fingers, so you record a lap, you tune the PID, record laps, tune the PIDs. Just by doing it, you already have your own car. Okay. But I was going through all the code with you guys because it's important to know everything that is happening on the code, right? It's very important because we need to make it better during the time. Guys, do you have any questions about the code or simulation? Please let us know. I think my connection is good now. I'm not going to lost it again. What Guilherme was doing here now is exactly what we have to do to start racing. Nothing more than this. Okay. Also, I would like to ask the other people that are participating in the meeting that are not from Skoods, right? To present yourself, even if you're not decided yet if you're joining or not. Okay, guys. You can present, tell where are you from, why you are here. Okay. So let's see here, guys. Podemos fazer em português também. Então a gente tem aqui o Anderson, Augusto, Carolina, Madeira, conheço esse sobrenome aqui. Daniel, professor Kitani, Enio, Felipe já falou, né? Felipe, Isaac, os Lucas, que também já falaram, Marcelo, o Nicolas, que é da Skoods, né? O Rafa já falou, o Ren.
Professor Fernando, o professor Kitani está colocando umas questões aqui, a gente pode aproveitar.
Tá, então ele está perguntando, o professor is asking, tune PID usually is related to a real object. Does your car react dynamically as the real one? So first thing here, Professor, is that this is not our car. This is not Skoods' car. This is our car. Okay, so you can see, does our car react dynamically? And what do you mean when you say react dynamically? You mean in virtual platform? But when you say dynamically, sorry to Rafael, also if you can help on this one.
Actually, I can help a little bit.
Okay.
But some of the, when we build a car inside of simulations, you have to put some a bunch of parameters that make the car behavior differently dynamically. One of the first thing that when we start to build a simulation in the Unreal Engine, it's you have to inform if you want to use real physics and what's the gravity you're gonna use is the beginning. And talking about the car, for example, you can set all the friction coefficients for each tire. For example, you can set up the springs of the car. You can set the distance, the weight. So you have maybe more than 50 parameters just that are related to the dynamic behavior of the car. So yes, the car behavior dynamically. It's something that we have in our team. A mechanical engineer that specializes in vehicle dynamics. He works just in this industry that will help us to in this particular case. So we are in the path to have each day most close to the reality car.
Yeah.
Working with these parameters. So we have a lot of parameters to set up to make the car behavior dynamically in respect of the environment.
Yes, and Lucas, yes, the car can sleep. So I understood the question now. Okay, it's about the model dynamics of the model. Thanks, Guy. You answered the most of the question. But yes, the car can sleep. We are also capable of doing stuff like, losing the tires during the race, so it slips more, and also the weight of the car after, it can change. It can be dynamic. It's not yet. For example, the tires are not yet, like tires pressure and so on. They are not, but we can get there. But it's already dynamic in a few points, so we can start playing in a very, very good way. And we are going to make it complex as we advance. And also, guys, your feedback on this, on how to make the car better and so on, it will be very important. Okay.
Yeah, one thing that I mentioned in the beginning, it's, for example, if you press the throttle all the way down, you're gonna lose control because you're gonna lose the friction coefficient of the tires. If you press the brake all the way down, you're gonna lose control. the weather conditions. Also, you change some behavior of the car. So in the first race, you're going to use a beautiful weather, no rain, no snow. But yeah, we are free to make all this modification in the dynamic behavior.
Hi, people. Fernando. Good night, Edson. Related to this simulation, as you said, Guilherme, you can change the parameters of the environment inside the simulator. However, in my opinion, it's not fair because I can change the parameters as good as possible for my situation. Do you believe that this parameter of this environment and the track slips and frictions and so on could be standard for all of us?
Yeah, for sure.
Because
Yes, will be equal for everybody. Actually, using the Python code, you don't have access to these parameters.
okay.
Just when we build the simulations, we have access to these parameters. So for example, who you're gonna compete, even programming in Python or in C++, will not have access to this level of the code.
Okay, great. So I will check these conditions while I am trying some trials in your simulations. So my algorithm needs to adapt for the situations of your simulations. Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
if the team requests, you can send a list of the dynamic parameters of the car. It's something that is possible. For example, to know the momentum of the springs and the friction coefficient, the weight of the car, kind of tires, materials. Yeah, we can provide this if the teams request.
Okay, I got it. But I think we will try doing some how can I say step stimulation for your car and see how the behaviors during this step simulation.
I see.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.
And the good thing, Professor, is that it's exactly the equal vehicle for everybody, right? There's no small differences. This is the good thing about digital, right? It's not like Mercedes and Red Bull comparing with Williams and other cars. So same hardware.
And the same investment, Fernando. No
Yeah.
rich team will be performing better than others here.
Yeah. It's
This
a
is
fair
fair.
race. It's fair. It's fair.
This is fair.
The
Okay.
same for everybody.
And again, guys, the good thing is that we can start racing in 10 minutes. This is the most important. And this was, a requirement from the project since the beginning, the how easy it is. And also, that's why we are working on some instances. We want to provide the team some instances, with all the environment done. You just have to go there and, play with it. And also to have the same computing environment and hardware also for all the teams. We are searching for it. We will get it by some time. It can be earlier, sooner or later. We will get it. We just don't know when. Okay. Professor Kitani, are you joining the race with a team? Are you still speaking to the students?
I am still inviting some students in my faculty and looking for some brave heroes to make parts of this team. I'm looking for it.
Nice, great.
So Fernando, I'm itching to demonstrate how we can set this up in the cloud.
Yeah,
And
great.
like you said, I'm working very hard in trying to get us some instances, and we will get them. It's just a question of time.
Great. Yeah, would you like to share a screen, Ren?
Yep. So let me start. I think I need to be made a presenter, an organizer or presenter. So if you can please do that, either you, Fernando, or Guilherme.
I will
Ran.
make a presenter. Okay.
Yep, I can share.
You can go now, Ren. Yes, it's ready for you.
Fantastic. Can you all see my screen?
Not yet. Not yet.
Can you see it with the translation?
Yep.
Oh, cool. I'm glad. So what I did is I went to ASIM help, microsoft.github.io ASIM Azure, and I clicked on this button and I deployed an instance in Azure. So you don't need to do that because you will be doing that on your PC, but hoping that soon we will be able to get some sponsorship from Microsoft. One of the things we could do is actually deploy an instance. So I did that. When I pressed this button, I was sent to Azure, and Azure created a virtual machine with the right specification. So just by going in this button, it took me there and it started creating a machine with the right specification. It doesn't matter because we're not going to create that right now. My focus right now is once we are inside the virtual machine, I want to demonstrate how easy it is to, or I want to learn how to do it, and I want to hopefully demonstrate how easy it is to set up the machine. So I'm here in the Skoods website. So this is the PC. I'm inside the PC. The reason why it's so small is because I want you to still see the translation in the bottom as I speak.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to get started now, right? So we go to get started now, we get that PDF. And the first thing that the PDF will lead me to is to that link. And sorry about my dog barking.
No problem.
I hope it's a little bit of entertainment. So we click on that button, and that button will lead us to this place here. Oh, sorry, no, we won't. We click on that button, and that button will lead us to the OneDrive where you can get all the files. So I'm just going to start downloading it, and on my PC here it took a little bit of a time, but I think that because this instance is in the cloud, it'll go quicker. As you see, it's downloading now, the Skoods simulation. And the Skoods simulation has almost everything, right?
It has everything. It has the simulation and the starting code.
Fantastic. So what it does not have is Anaconda, and it does not have Visual Studio Code, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
right, Gabe.
So this will be the other two requirements that we have to meet. So we're downloading the simulation. I'll just wait for it to happen. While it's taking its time, I was thinking that I could go and start installing Visual Studio Code. So we just look for Visual Studio Code. It's a free app. So we just need to download it for Windows. So let's get the Windows version here. Now, remember, this is a brand new, oh, I started twice. This is a brand new Windows machine. I have nothing in it, so that's why I'm installing Visual Studio Code. If you are already a developer and you are using anything else, if you're already using Visual Studio Code, you already have it. And if you already are a Python developer, you most certainly will have Anaconda.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Do you need to have a, how can I say, a paid account to run this environment in Azure? Because I have never used it.
I believe you will have to. Look, I haven't tried it with a free account. But I know that in the free account, you would get the first month, you get a reasonable allowance for the first month. Let's say 200 American dollars or something like that, which if you are careful with the way you use your virtual machine, you could definitely fit it within that. Which means you get those $200 as a credit, so you don't have to spend it. Look, who asked that question? I couldn't see it. Was it Lucas? Or?
Yes, it's me, Lucas.
Yeah. Lucas, after this meeting, if you want to ping me, and if you want to create a free account and try to do what I'm doing here, ping me and I'll try to help you.
Sure. All right. I'm gonna try.
Because it could work. Look, I'm not sure it will work, but it could.
All right. I'm gonna try it.
Sure.
Thanks.
No worries. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting for that simulation to download. At the same time, our code has downloaded. So I'm just gonna get it. I'll get code working because it's one of the requirements. And okay, it's important to have that if you are a developer. Okay, I posted my email in the chat.
Just a second, Professor Kitani is asking to leave the meeting. Is a class to give, I think. Thanks for attending. I think Fernando wants to say thanks
Okay,
as well.
Bye, Professor. Professor Kitani, que is always supporting for the past years, right? So see you. If you need any help to speak to the team and so on, let us know, okay?
Thanks. Sorry to block you, Ran. You can go on.
No worries. Thanks, Professor. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and we're just waiting for it to download anyway. The other thing we will need is Anaconda. And the reason why we will need is because this is a brand new version of a machine. So I'll just go and install Anaconda. Well, we have a store in Australia called Anaconda, so that's not helping us. What is it?
Python.
Python. Anaconda Python. Yeah.
So Ran, just curious, what do you go buy at the Anaconda store?
What I buy? It's a camping stuff. It's a pretty cool store.
Imagine.
So I'm gonna download Anaconda now, and the install is for Windows. So I chose a 64 version, and it's gonna go and download it too. I know that our Visual Studio has already finished installing.
The good thing is that the bottleneck of building the environment is the download time. You know, after you have it, it's pretty quick, right?
Yeah, yes, it is, isn't it? I'm not sure if it's finished installing. Funny, isn't it? I think I've finished downloading it. I think I have. So I'm going to run Anaconda too, so that we have the two requirements met. So Fernando, you wonder how I'm getting that translation in the background?
No. How did you do it?
It's PowerPoint.
Really?
Yeah, it's in PowerPoint. You just put in presenting mode. I'll show you. It's pretty easy. It's as long as you have the newer version of PowerPoint, it does that.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna keep it here. And I was thinking we could use this for our presentations, right? Because we could do it, either do it the other way around, doing in Portuguese and translating in English to English.
That's great. I like this idea. Yeah.
Except in my blog,
you can also you're also translating my voice.
It's not as good because it can't hear your voice really that well. I'll turn it up. Maybe you get, yeah. Anything it hears, it will translate because it's translating the presentation. I'm working with the team in Japan today, and they speak very little English, and I speak very little Japanese, as so that's the way we found to communicate.
That's a great way. This is going to become a product inside Microsoft. I can see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've used this a lot, but this is taking its time. I just wanted to see if our download has already finished. So I'm just where did we download our? So no, the other download is still not finished. The interesting thing is I downloaded code twice, but I think I ended up stopping. It's sad because I think that by downloading Anaconda, I stopped the most important download. So I think I'm gonna have to do this again.
Okay, Lucas, thanks for joining. See you next time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I ended up messing it up because I did the other installations at the same time.
No problem.
So we're just waiting now for the simulation to come down. I'm gonna stop everything else so that you don't cause any more.
Did you already install the other two? The other two are the most important. The simulation is only files, no installation required.
Okay, so should I go and create the environment with Anaconda?
Yep.
Let me just see if I have git bash here. Ah, yeah, okay. Well, it comes with git bash, which is good. So I just like git bash because it's an easy way to interact with the terminal. Let me just see if Conda has installed. Okay, not yet. So Conda hasn't finished installing. Oh, I didn't do that, did I? When you install Anaconda, it's important to set the path variable.
You have to, did you already install?
Yeah, I installed it here. You see, Anaconda. When you install Anaconda, one of the settings is make sure that you create a path. All users, that's fine. That's fine. It's just, I love that.
You can use the Conda terminal. It's better.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never used it on the terminals.
Yeah? I think you did install it.
No, it's still going.
Yeah.
That's probably why. Okay.
Show the details. Show the details.
Which details?
The button. Show the details.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think I do need to. There is a little set, there's a little setting that I have to choose when I'm installing, and that one says create the path variable, because otherwise it is a pain to create it manually.
I know, yeah, it's boring. Yeah.
So I believe I will have to uninstall it and install. When people make this mistake, I normally ask them to uninstall and install again.
I think that after you have the instance, the instructions are exactly the same that are in the document, right, Ren?
Pretty much the same. Yeah. No, it's exactly the same. Computer. You know, it's not pretty much. It's exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the same. I don't think we should. We don't need to go to wait for the end here.
Yeah, because I thought we could do this and do the Conda, because basically it's just creating a Conda environment, right?
Yeah.
So once you create that environment, then it's just a question of running. So install Visual Studio Code, install Anaconda, and download it, and then create the Conda environment. And you've never heard this expression, and Bob's your uncle.
No, Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
Never heard.
It's buddy bing, buddy boom.
Okay. In Portuguese, we can say correr para o abraço.
Yeah, exactly.
Run for the hug.
Yeah. Pretty much that. So I'm just waiting for this.
Yeah. Guys, I would like to ask for more questions. I would like to ask for more interactions from the invitees here. We only have 6 more minutes. I would love to hear more voices if voices are available, or any more questions to the chat, or any comments that you would like to have. Okay, we have 6 more minutes.
Você tá vendo o que eu tô fazendo, Fernando?
Subtitle settings. Ok.
Então agora a gente pode fazer exatamente o contrário.
Ah, entendi. Legal.
Só que tem que ser um pouquinho, a gente tem que ser um pouquinho estratégico em como a gente coloca as coisas na tela.
Entendi. Legal.
E eu vou terminar então em português. Se tem alguém que fala inglês ainda, is there still someone who doesn't speak Portuguese in the team, in the meeting right now?
Não, acho que não tem mais. Ram.
Ok.
Pode
Então a
terminar
gente...
a reunião então, Ran. Você falou
então,
que
tá.
quer fechar em português?
Não, vamos continuar em português então, porque...
Fernando.
Sim, Nicolas.
Eu tenho uma pergunta sobre uma segunda opção que tem quando vai rodar o PID Car.
Okay.
Tem uma opção que é Pause Simulation e uma que é Real Time Simulation. Qual que é a diferença disso? Porque não consegui entender, não.
Vamos supor, você está programando, né, no seu computador, no seu laptop, por exemplo. E o seu código está ficando pesado. Você está fazendo o seu código, ele está ficando pesado, inferência, AI e tudo mais. Então, vamos supor que o seu código ficou tão pesado que ele está demorando ali meio segundo para pensar. Então, ele pega os dados, pensa meio segundo, pega os dados, pensa meio segundo. O que isso acontece? Você não tem velocidade de resposta, né? Quando você toma uma atitude para corrigir algo, você já foi tarde demais. Por quê? Porque você está demorando muito tempo para pensar. Então, quando você aperta a opção 1, o que ele vai fazer? A cada intervalo de tempo, ele vai parar a simulação, vai pensar e voltar com a simulação. O que isso significa? E é como se você tivesse recurso infinito. Por quê? Porque o tempo de algoritmo, o seu tempo para pensar no algoritmo, ele na verdade não existe na simulação, ela está parada, é como se você parasse o tempo para pensar. Então, não importa o tamanho do seu algoritmo, ele vai rodar no recurso que você tem.
Entendi. Então, eu imagino que na corrida mesmo, quando for simular vários carros, vai rodar nesse modo.
Provavelmente. Vai depender do recurso que a gente tem. Existe algo engraçado, porque se a gente roda o mesmo código em real time ou pausando a simulação, ele dá um erro. E é um erro, assim, porque você está gravando, você tem que parar o tempo para a simulação. Existe um delay entre a ordem de parar a simulação e parar o tempo, sabe? Então existe um errinho. Mas sim, a gente vai ter que rodar todos os carros da mesma forma. Se a gente vai parar a simulação ou não para rodar os carros, a gente vai definir na hora da corrida, do qualify.
Mas, ô Nicolas, para você ter uma noção, com uma 1050 Ti eu já consegui rodar 3 carros ao mesmo tempo, com 3 redes neurais. Fazendo inferência de acelerador e direção. Mas é o limite também, mais que isso não foi.
Mas a sua rede neural
Legal,
estava
legal.
usando o GPU do computador ou
Não.
estava só em 100?
Não. Tava na CPU. A GPU tava rodando simulação, né?
Uhum. Eu gostaria de algum ponto, não sei se agora, que a gente conseguisse separar os computadores da simulação e da inferência. Isso daria um pouco mais de poder, né? Mas é bobagem, porque cada pessoa vai estar rodando, cada time vai estar rodando um carro só, né?
Ryan, sobre a GPU rodar a simulação e também usar a GPU para fazer alguma inferência com alguma outra rede, isso acho que vai depender mais do código da pessoa mesmo. Porque, por exemplo, eu mexo com redes neurais usando o TensorFlow, eu preciso colocar na mão uma linha lá para minha rede não comer todo o recurso da GPU.
Ela toma toda a placa, né? Se não informar, ela na verdade desabilita, né? Ela não consegue nem usar ela com outra aplicação.
Quando você falou, você tem que especificar, eu quero usar uma só, eu já vi. Com o PyTorch você não precisa fazer isso. Mas
eu não
a
sei se
tradução
vocês
não tá
querem.
boa, né?
Ficou ótima a tradução, Ryan. With that you don't have to do this.
Não sei se vocês querem ver rapidamente como é que faz para pregar os dados da simulação.
Eu tô só esperando esse negócio instalar, mas se você quiser mostrar, eu queria só mostrar aqui.
É bem simples, né? Acho que a maioria aqui se não todo mundo é programador, então vai ser bem, é só para uma das coisas aqui que antes, né, inclusive eu vou ter que atualizar, na verdade, um arquivo que está lá, mas eu posso enviar para os times já para não precisar fazer download de novo, porque é só um arquivozinho bobo. O settings.json, você tem que colocar os sensores que você vai usar. Então eu coloquei agora aqui a EMU, coloquei GPS, coloquei um magnetômetro, sensor de distância. O que seria isso? Um radar linear e um LiDAR, tá? Então assim, eu não sei se vocês estão todos vendo minha tela aqui no cantinho direito, aqui embaixo, que eu estou usando aqui no cantinho direito aqui.
Não, agora estamos, eu tô...
Deixa eu matar essa aqui, peraí. Beleza, tá melhor agora? Eu vou importar o AirSim, né, que eu baixei. Aí, isso aqui eu vou fazer bem rápido aqui, que é justamente para mostrar mesmo como é que eu vou conectar com o simulador e pegar os dados, tá? O resto, na verdade, é a estratégia de todos, mas basicamente com o que eu vou mostrar aqui vocês vão ser capazes de fazer tudo. Eu vou criar um cliente para o AirSim, tá? Até aí tudo bem. Vou checar se a minha conexão tá ok. Eu preciso estar com o simulador aberto para a conexão estar ok, né? Confirma. Connect. Beleza. Falou que estou conectado e que está tudo certo. Daqui para frente é super fácil. Por exemplo, assim, eu quero pegar o dado de LiDAR. Client, get LiDAR data. Vai vir os dados de LiDAR. Eu quero pegar o dado do GPS. Client, get GPS data. Vou pegar meus dados de GPS. Eu vou, por exemplo, pegar da EMU, client, .get IMU data. E vai estar vindo os dados da simulação. Então, isso vai ser para todos os sensores. Tem alguns sensores que a gente não vai usar, por exemplo, barômetro. Né? A gente não vai usar barômetro em carro, mas se partir depois, mais tarde, para o drone, tem o barômetro também. Né? Tem o magnetômetro também. Então, basicamente é isso, né? Vocês viram, é bem straightforward mesmo, é bem simples, não tem nenhuma nada de complicado. Só para... Quando eu criei o mapa HD dessa pista, o que eu fiz? Eu simplesmente usei esse método client get lidar e todo dado que entrasse eu joguei para um arquivo pickle e depois daquele arquivo pickle eu tratei para fazer o formato XYZ e usei um visualizador de point cloud, assim, bem simples mesmo. E assim eu tive um mapa HD usando o lidar, que o lidar, como ele pode ser completamente setado aqui, né? Então, por exemplo, esses aqui são os settings que a gente usou, está sendo usado hoje, mas é aberto, pode usar o setting que quiser para ter mais resolução, ou menos resolução e mais desempenho, enfim. Basicamente é isso, né? Conectou com o carro, pegou os dados, é só mandar de volta os comandos para o simulador de acelerador e freio e direção, que aí vocês vão controlar o carro. Basicamente, resumindo, é isso.
Perfeito. Mais perguntas, pessoal? Podemos... Se não tiver mais perguntas, a gente pode fazer o fechamento. Alguém aí que está com o microfone aberto? O Guilherme Ran. Aí. Então, eu agradeço. Agradeço a presença de todos. Aqui vieram alguns times, né? Outros não puderam comparecer a esse horário, tá? Mas a gente vai manter esse horário por enquanto. Se a gente for mudar aí para tentar adequar a todos, a gente vai fazer esse conjunto. Eu mando e-mail, né? A gente acabou de criar um grupo de WhatsApp também que está aí no chat. Eu vou informar aí aos interessados que estão, aos times que estão entrando, para a gente entrar no chat lá todo mundo. Né, que a gente tem que estar próximo dos times para ajudar na organização aí. Ok? Obrigado a todos. Podem mandar suas perguntas por e-mail, se precisar, e a gente vai falando, tá? Até a próxima quarta-feira, que vai ser a próxima reunião, a gente vai falando. Eu acho que o primeiro passo aí é fazer o download, instalar o ambiente e começar a correr, né? Eu acho que aí vão começar a surgir novas perguntas, né? Mais técnicas, quem sabe, quais são as possibilidades de desenvolvimento, dúvidas quanto ao que a gente já tem de código. Tá, estamos disponíveis. Muito obrigado. Até a próxima.
Valeu, pessoal. Um abraço.
Obrigado a todos. Um abraço. Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. Obrigado.
Boa noite.
Todos. Até.
Valeu, Daniel.
Oi, Felipe.
Falou, Damásio. Obrigado.
Amanhã a gente conversa.
Até.
Hoje tem mais trabalho aqui agora.
Bora.